Okay, so this time our partner puts the force down onto our feet, touches our base, and they put their center of gravity on the chest. Now, we first tune into the fascia, feel the elasticity in our training partner's body. We feel that through by just creating a little bit of a bounce in their tendons, sinews, and elasticity. As soon as we have that little bit of a bounce, then we follow that, and we just, by grabbing the forearm, we anchor our mind and grab the bones inside our training partner's body. We just practice squeezing the bones. What this does is it uses the fascia so that we can just track the feeling in the body to get onto the skeletal structure and squeeze the bones. And then we just track down the body. So we're up on the arms, we go onto the spine, practice squeezing the spine, squeezing the hips, squeezing the thighs, tracking through, squeeze the calves, squeeze the feet. And so we're going fascia to bone connection. And then from there, we're going to open up all the joints and work the Qigong bone marrow exercise we did before. So we squeeze down, open, and release the energy. Now there's no push in it, so I don't want to push, I just want to squeeze, open, and let the energy out. The bone marrow energy is very, very fast. It's much faster than all the other energies we've worked with. So this is bone and joint energy. This is your tuning device. This is how you get in, you're squeezing into his body, find where you want, and just let that energy out. As soon as you get used to it, you can squeeze the bones and open. So this feeling of getting in, squeeze where you want that energy to go, and then play with it. Once you have that squeezing effect happening and you're getting your yi in, then you don't need to have the squeeze anymore, because your yi already knows what it's looking for. Now, in Albert's body, when you put electric into his body, he has a strong nerve reaction. And this happens in about 5% of people. So that's not the reaction every person's going to get. Some people are going to have a heavier downward reaction. Other people are going to neutralize the reaction. So Albert's very sensitive to energy. But it's a big benefit for him because he can learn this very quickly, because that sensitivity, what happens in his body, he can tune in, replicate it, and develop it really, really, really fast. With most people, the reaction is going to be a little more subtle reaction. Now, what we're going to go from the next exercise is he pushes onto my root with more strength. I squeeze the fascia. Now I stretch my spine and I drop. And I just want to let the energy spring out of my body, but using the joints. And there's a throwing away type of action in my body. But my hands are kind of following him. I'm not pushing on him. I activate and then I follow. So there's what I'm not doing is shoving into him. See, if I push on him with no jin, nothing happens. As soon as I activate jin, something happens. So it's a different feeling. There's no shove. I have to run the energy through it in order to get the reaction. And then we start extending it. So if you want your partner to go further, you have to extend your yi further. Your mind has to move further. So now we're keeping it relatively close, but then we can gauge, okay, the last one is about 4 meters. So I extend the yi a little bit further, and then we're at sort of 5-6 meters. And then you can go 8, 10, 12, and you just keep extending the yi. The drop of the spine, the pump, when you send the energy out, stimulates more energy in your marrow, more joint power, more bone power, and gives you a longer line of issue. This bone joint type of energy is the fastest of all the energies. It runs the quickest. There's 2 ways of sending the energy out. One is a wave effect, where I'm discharging from me to my partner, and the other is a field effect, where I make it arise within my partner and myself at the same time. So here, if you notice that when I'm connected and I send the energy, it's going from me to my partner. That you can see it activate in my body, and then it transfers to his body. But if I get in and I put it inside his body, it's activating inside where my mind is at the same time. In the Tai Chi community, you see some people will be using A to B energy. Other people will just switch it on and the whole field is affected. And this is a product of your Yi and your body mechanics. If your Yi is absorbed into your training partner correctly, when you switch it on, it switches on simultaneously in yourself and inside them, and the reaction takes place. So if you've got a group of people, say someone behind him pushing, it'll react equally in both those people at the same time. There won't be a domino effect in the energy. And this is a product of Yi, and that's the difference between an intermediate level player and a high level player, is that difference. The high level guys tend to be more field effect, and the intermediate players are more domino effect, point A to point B reaction on the energy. And it's just a product of the way you think and the way you connect to your partner, the way you get your lock onto your partner. The body mechanics, there's a different timing in the body mechanics as well. Okay, let's partner up and train.